Their job is to pump sewage before it gets into the canal. So when the same sewer pipes are in the streets of St. John's Place, I live 2 blocks to the left. I'm sorry, the streets of Park Slope. I live on St. John's Place, 2 blocks to the left, and at the top of the hill, just off of Grand Army Plaza. And when I flush my toilet, I know that the water is going down into the cellar, following the building's sewer main pipe, out into the street, and spilling that sewage into the street sewer, which is in the center of the street going downhill towards Gowanus. But it no longer goes straight into the canal. At 2nd Avenue, which is the equivalent of Nevins, it reaches an interceptor sewer, which routes the water, still running by gravity, routes the water toward that building. And in that building there are large pumps which give a pump of pressure behind the water because it no longer has any gravity behind it. It's down here near sea level. And it pumps that water over a little height of land and then down the hill on the other side to the Brooklyn Navy Yard, where there's a New York City sewage treatment plant which cleans the water before spilling it into the East River. If that system is working, we have fairly good water quality. The problem is that facility is limited as to its pumping capacity. And the problem here is when we have a heavy rainfall, not even that, it doesn't have to be heavy, but as long as it lasts more than a couple of hours, the amount of water fills the sewer pipes. It's joined with the flushes. But this is storm runoff now that fills the sewer pipes. And when it gets to here, this thing can't pump all of it over the top into the sewage treatment plant. The sewage treatment plant can't handle all of the runoff. So the sewer treatment plant closes down its intake gates. And all around the city at such a time, our sewage flows into the water around the city untreated. And you can tell if you're standing here the day after. The giveaway is that the surface is not nice and clean like this. So let's run sewer pipes that carry the excess runoff by gravity downhill into this canal. But, people said, won't that be nasty and smelly if all of those flushes end up in this little narrow, long channel? And the people at the time, and the engineers in City Hall, in the city of Brooklyn's now Borough Hall, studied the problem. They said, no, it won't be a problem because the tide rises and falls twice a day, so clean water will come in from the harbor twice a day, and then when the tide reverses, it will carry the dirty water out. Does this sound a little suspicious to you? That was the great mistake of the Gowanus Canal. And it has been the engineering mistake that everybody has been wrestling with ever since. So you can see the floatables floating right past here when we've had a heavy rain. And not only the coffee cup, but also the stuff that was in the flushes, the parts of it that will float. You'll find lots of cigarette butts because people still drop their cigarettes at the curb. At this time of year, you'll find lots and lots of dead leaves that have just been washed along the curbs. These floatables are a sign that that building had to stop pumping and let the excess water flow right into the canal.